Hey guys, welcome back to Fix It channel. Here we got a new project car. This is a 2016 Chevy Malibu LT. This is the new style. This is LT trim. Let me show you around. We're gonna look at the inside. It's got tinted windows as well. Look at the inside of the car. At the moment, I'm recharging the battery because it was at back to 11 volts again. So this one's pretty nice. I picked this up from an auction and it only has about 33,000 miles. Let's look at it. The hood's open because I was recharging the battery. Had to do a jumper. Hooked up my jumper pack to jumpstart it. It's got 33,336 miles. So this one's really nice. It's almost as good as a Premier trim level. It's got it's fully loaded. All leather seats. I don't know if you can see the back seat. Even came with that hat in the back seat. This one comes from Texas. So it had a frontal collision and both front seat belts got jammed. It's got the driver's seat belt and the passenger seat belt jammed. These have tensioners, so we're gonna have to replace them. The display has navigation. It's an 8-inch display, touch screen. It's got navigation as well. So, yeah, right here. And it's got the Bluetooth, voice control, all those good things. Cruise control, it's a voice control button. So the steering wheel airbag was deployed, as well as the driver knee airbag got deployed right at the accident, so from a collision. So the car is idling right now. We're recharging the battery. So let me just show you around. This is white pearl. We're gonna look at the outside of the car now. And I picked this up. I bid about 3,800 on it, and with auction fees and towing, it ended up being close to just under 5 grand, about 4,800 range. And this has got the white pearl color. The year is 2016 on this car. It was made in 2016. So the collision was right on this front passenger side. Basically, let me shut off the car so that we reduce the background noise here. So the engine size on this one is a 1.5 turbocharged. It is very good with fuel efficiency. This car definitely is a gas saver. It's valued around $17,000 clean title, fair market value. And so far we're just under 5 grand just to bring the car here to my garage. And parts wise, we're looking at maybe $2,500 or so, give or take, plus the white pearl paint, which is, turns out the white pearl paint is the most expensive paint. So far red was the most expensive one, but the white pearl is even more expensive than the red paint, red metallic or red pearl, seems like, as it turns out. So I did some suspension work on this one. The front passenger tire was hit. I replaced the tire because it had a sidewall cut from impact. As you can see, the front bumper was hit. I'm gonna see and try to repair this front bumper. The damage is kind of average on it from what all the work I've done and seen before. We're gonna have to repair this cut and this cut, smooth the surface, get it primed, and blend it in with the rest of the paint. And I did the suspension work at night. It was freezing cold and too dark for me to shoot the video of it, but I can briefly tell you as to what parts I replaced. So this is the old original lower control arm. As you can see, it's bent right about here. That's not how it's supposed to look. This tip is pushed in about 3 to 4 inches. So I replaced the control arm. I couldn't get a used one, so I purchased a brand new replacement from a dealership around $100. I also replaced the sway bar links. This one here, this was about $40 or $50 range from a dealership. I also replaced the strut, the upper the shock. I picked it up used, so it's in there. And I also had to replace the inner control, the inner tie rod. That one was about $45 or so. So this car is a run and drive at present. We can actually take it for a drive, go 1 to 2 hours, and kind of travel with it. But the seat belts don't work, and the two airbags are deployed. The wheel airbag and the driver knee airbag, they're deployed. And of course, if we drive it right now, it's going to make some noise, wind noise from the edge of the bumper. And this fender was hit as well. I purchased the fender. It's brand new. I got it for about $148, $150 basically. And it's actually being painted at the moment. Needs to dry. So I cut off the edge to use it as a sample to buy paint from O'Reilly Auto Parts. I also bought the fender bracket here to go with the fender, brand new from a dealer. That was $18. And so let's see what else we have damage wise. We're gonna have to replace the headlight, and I do have a brand new headlight. Actually, I purchased this one online. I'm trying to think what the price was. I bought it on eBay. Oh, by the way, guys, the new style Chevy Malibu headlights, they're one of the most expensive headlights. So I'm gonna see if I can pull this out with one hand. This headlight was basically $400. The cheapest deal you can get on this headlight is $400, and that's the going price. Yeah, basically this is the front passenger headlight. I think I'm just gonna leave it right here because it's a little hard to take it out with one hand. So $400 for the headlight. I think, to be exact to the penny, it was like $391.95, something like that. So eBay has the best deals on headlights so far, based on my experience. So we're gonna have to replace that headlight. The front two seat belts, I picked them up used. If you're interested in these, they also have these tensioners. So this one used, I got a deal on them, $120 a piece. Dealer has them. Chevy dealership sells the seat belts separately, so they're about $150 a piece, and the tensioners are separate. So the tensioners are another $120 to $150 a piece. So you might end up, for two seat belts going with dealership, you might end up $500 to $600, about $550 to $600, and so far I'm at $240 to $250 on two seat belts with tensioners. So here we have, I picked up the steering wheel airbag. I think this one is the steering wheel airbag. I picked this up from eBay, and this one is actually, I think it's brand new, but they marked it as has one or two minor scratches or blemishes, but I have not seen anything. Oh, correction. This steering wheel airbag was actually brand new. I just remembered. So I've been buying a bunch of airbags, so I'm getting a little confused here. So this one was $320. It was $320, yeah, $320. And that was the cheapest one I bought on eBay. So arrived about a week ago. It's just been sitting and waiting for me to do the replacement now. And this is the, I believe this is the used part. Here we have the driver knee airbag. I did open the box before and put this back in here. It had bubble wraps. The bubble wrap, I removed the bubble wrap. So here we have the knee airbag, and this is actually used. You can see one little blemish here, a little bit of scratch here, but that's okay. It goes, it's under the knee there, under the dash. So usually nobody can actually see it. Basically, it's not that exposed as the wheel airbag, so we can go ahead and replace it with a used one. The price on this was $250, $249.99. Also, I purchased this one on eBay. And from Impact, the fender liner on that side is also damaged. Here we have the fender liner. The fender liners are pretty basic and simple. I opened the box. I'm not sure if I fully opened it. Yeah, I haven't actually fully opened this box, so let's go ahead and do that. I also bought this on eBay. This was about $45. So the fender liners are just pretty simple, and here it's all taped up and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and get that replaced as well. And just to show you, so far we have the edge of the hood is damaged as well right here. I know that's bad news for us, but the good news is it's most likely repairable. I've repaired hoods that were damaged even worse than this one. So most of the damage, pretty much that is the only damage right here. This edge is bent, so I would have to straighten this, work the metal, and then prime and paint it, blend it into the rest of the car. And this one's white pearl. So at the moment I'm testing a little sample of the white pearl to see if it'll match the rest of the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the fender painted, and then we'll go from there. If the paint matches perfectly, I'll go ahead and buy another half a pint to a pint. This is a tri-stage white pearl paint. So first we would have to spray the base coat white paint, and then spray the paint, a couple of coats or more to match it, and then clear coat. So this is what we have so far, guys. It's got the LED fog lamps on the front. It's got this kind of L-shaped chrome fog light cover pieces, this black cover, and it's pretty nice looking. The two front grills were not damaged from impact, so we're lucky to have these. We'll just keep the two front grills and see. We'll go ahead and repair the bumper. So that's it for now, guys. Let me go ahead and go inside the car and start it again, see if it'll start or not. Here's something most people do not know. If you look at these two edges, this is the edge of the bumper, this is the edge of the fender. Actually, what factory does when they paint every single car, usually most of the time, they paint the fender and the metal body first, and then they paint the bumper separately. So usually the bumper and the fender, they never match perfectly. They're not 100%. I don't know if you can see the difference here or not. We don't have much sunlight left. So they come to 95 to 98% or so. So if you want to check this out, test it out, you can go to any brand new dealership and start comparing the bumper paint to the rest of the body of the car, like the fender. And you might, if you got a sharp eye, if you can tell the difference, you will notice a minor slight difference. So that gets me thinking, if the factory doesn't match him 100%, how do I expect myself to match him 100%? So sometimes it's just impossible to do. So let's see, it was at 11.3 volts. Let me see, I kept it idling for about 15 minutes. Ooh, it started. That's good news, guys. That means the battery is still strong. I left it off for about a week after I recharged it, and it just wasn't starting easily. So might be close to 12 volts again. So that means the battery, we don't have to replace the battery most likely. And this car also has a push button start. It's asking about the airbag and the seat belt. Has push button start, and on top of it, it also has remote start right here. So we're very fortunate to have that. So it's kind of, this is a really cool deal. I'm happy about this car. I think I might keep this car. We'll see. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions or comments, leave them below, and I'll be sure to answer them. Please subscribe if you haven't done so.